I'm Dr. Ryan DeBell from The Movement Fix. This is Movement Fix Monday, and what we're gonna look at this week is actually a viewer request. Someone emailed me not too long ago and they asked, hey Ryan, you made a morning routine video of some movements that you can do in the morning, which I'll put a link to. Either I'll have it pop up here if you're watching it on YouTube. It'll also be in the description link down below the video. What I'm going to show, what the request was what do I do at nighttime before bed? What's my like pre-bedtime movement routine? And this is what I do. This isn't what everybody needs, but it's the one that I do every night. So let me show you what that is. So I basically do 3 different things. And the first thing I do, and you guys have seen me do this a lot, is just straight leg raising. And so I just lay on my back. I keep my low back lightly on the ground, and I just do 10 reps here where I just control it going up here, each leg, and then after I do 10 ankle circles each direction. And then I'll switch legs after that and do 10 on the other side. You know, the reason that I do so many things that are so similar from video to video and kind of movement to movement is, you know, the way I think about it with strength training is how many different movements do you need to do to get strong? How many different ways of squatting are there? How many ways of deadlifting? It's all variations on a theme. And a lot of the times improving your movement just takes consistently rather than 100,000 fancy tricks. So I like to have, maybe there's 30 different movements that I do, but I try to do them consistently so I get an adaptation with them and I actually get improvement rather than doing so many different ones. Because I think we always look for the next fancy stretch rather than just knowing how to do ones that work really well and just doing it a lot. So after I do those straight leg raises, I'll do a movement for upper thoracic spine extension, because that's something that I need, because man, before CrossFit, doing a lot of bodybuilding stuff, you get stiff here, you need to undo some of that. So I'm a big fan of the camel thoracic extension bias. And so I'm gonna go on hands and knees. And what I do is I try to focus the range of motion happening between my thumbs rather than cranking through the low back. And so I try to take between my shoulder blades, I'll kind of curl up like this, and then I try to lead with this point between my shoulder blades down to the ground, trying not to crank through here too much, and then I'll pull my back of my head straight up. And I know that I'm doing it right when I feel pressure through here. So if you feel stuff down here, you're probably not doing it the way that I'm trying to do it. So I would go here, I go into position 1 like this, and then I try to pull down with my shoulder blades, or between my shoulder blades. I'm trying to pull my thoracic spine toward the ground. Once I do that, then I try to pull my head straight back. I hold that for 3 seconds, and then I'll relax, go back here, and then I'll go again, trying to pull between the shoulder blades to the ground, and then head straight back as much as possible, 3 seconds, etc. So I'll do 10 reps of that. And then the other thing that I work on after I do that is overhead, kind of shoulder mobility type thing. And so what I do there is I lay on my back like this, and I'll show you my left arm here. And so what I do is, well, one of the common things that we see in overhead lifting is people lift up overhead and then their low back arches. And so what I'll do here is I'll kind of crunch on my ribs. I'll hold my ribs down with my right hand like this. I'll try not to let any space be created under my low back. And I'm going to take my hand like this, and I'm going to try to reach it up overhead as far as possible. And I'm almost going to try to get that same feeling through my upper back as I do this that I got during the cat camel. So I'm trying to get some upper thoracic extension while keeping my ribs neutral to my pelvis as my shoulder goes up overhead like this. And I'll go 10 reps each side. And I'm using this hand to sort of hold this down here. And I'll just reach as far as I can. And when I'm up here too, I may kind of pull down, push up, pull down, push up, trying to get some scapular stuff going on there too. And I'll come back, and I'll reach, and I'll come back, etc. And so I'll go through that like 3 rounds at night, and I'm not really pushing it super hard, but I know where my weaknesses lie. And that is definitely the upper back and shoulder overhead mobility, and I do the straight leg raises because that's just good for pulling, tying your shoes, all that stuff. So that is what I do for my nighttime movement stuff. Again, hey, maybe that takes 6-7 minutes, but that 6 or 7 minutes of work multiplied by 365 days in a year adds up to be a big change. You may not get a change right away. It may take some time, but it's doing things consistently over time that really gives you a benefit. So that is what I do for nighttime routine. I have some other really good Movement Fix Monday videos coming up in the next few weeks. One of those is people who have low back pain when they run, who arch their back when they run a lot. Another one is we're going to look at improving the front rack position and how that can relate to upper back stiffness. So make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/themovementfix, and make sure to check out those videos. Give this nighttime stretch movement challenge a try and be consistent with it. I'll see you guys next week.